So we were looking at this example and we did it step by step, and we came to here, so this last stage, and we put it in the calculator, and when you feed this into the calculator you will get the answer 9,9 correct to 1 decimal place. Alright, so those were the two examples, and we are just trying to show you how you have to switch over. Here you use SOHCAHTOA in your previous example. Oh no, sorry, in this example you use SOHCAHTOA. And in your next example, you'll have to use y over r and x over r, etc. Okay, so that was number 1. And let's move on to number 2. Right, in number 2, we were given the point P in the XOY plane. So let's see what point we were given. In number 2, we were given the point P, which happens to be -4, -5. -4, -5. So, we're going to draw the plane here, and that's your x-axis, that's your y-axis, that's your 0. -4, -5 won't be here. -4, -5 will be somewhere here in this quadrant. So that's your angle, and -4, -5 will be here somewhere here. That's -4, that's -5. So it's somewhere here, and that's point P. And once again we got R, and we don't know what R is. We have R here, but we don't know, we have to calculate it. So we got our X, we got our Y, but we don't have R, so we're going to calculate R. And because this is in the XOY plane or Cartesian plane, here we're going to say sine is equal to y over r, cos is p of x is equal to x over r, and we're going to say tan p of x is equal to y over x. So we are going to use this set. That's what I mean by switching over. So in the right angle triangle we use SOHCAHTOA. Here we're going to use y over r, x over r, and y over x. Alright, so let's see what is the first question. Oh, firstly we have to find the radius even before we can start looking at the questions. So you're going to find radius. Radius squared is equal to x squared plus y squared. That will give you -4. Make sure it's in a bracket, plus -5 all squared. And that will give you 16 plus 25 will give you 41. So r squared is 41. So r is equal to square root of 41. So we know what r is. R is square root of 41. We can go and fill it in our diagram. R is square root of 41. Alright, so there's your diagram, and let's see what was the first question. Well, the first question was find sine p of x. So number 1, sine p of x is equal to y over r, and y is -5, be careful, over r, which is root 41. Then they wanted sine squared p of x plus cos squared p of x. Right, let's see. We need some extra space on the board, so what we're going to do, that's x there, so we're going to do 2.2 here. This was 2.1. 2.2. You want sine squared p of x plus cos squared p of x. Now, sine squared p of x will give you y over r all squared, and cos will give you x over r all squared. So y is negative 5. Negative 5 over root 41 all squared plus x. X is negative 4. Negative 4 over root 41 all squared. You put that in the calculator and just add it up, and you'll be surprised. Well, you shouldn't be surprised, and you'll find that the answer is 1. And you shouldn't be surprised because we discovered this long time ago, that sine squared x plus cos squared x is equal to 1, and we told you that it's called an identity. So we're only confirming that it works for any angle. Now 2.3 was sine p of x over cos p of x. So sine p of x will be y over r. Cos p of x will be x over r. Now watch how we write it. This one is small, and this is long, and this is small, so that it's clear to you and you don't get confused. So even when you're writing, you must write like that. Y over r, we already found it here. We got the answer here. It's minus 5 over root 41 all over. X over r, we already found it here. Negative 4 over root 41. Again, you can put this in the calculator. Put this in the calculator, and you will find that the final answer is going to be negative 5 over negative 4, which finally is actually negative 5 over negative 4, which is actually 5 over 4, which is actually 1 1/4, which is actually 1,25. So I don't know what your calculator will give you. Some calculator will give you that, some will give you that, some will give you that. Alright, or if it stays like that, it's fine. Okay, and then finally, 2.4, you want tan p of x, and tan p of x is equal to y over x, and y is negative 5, x is negative 4, let's write it neatly, negative 5 over negative 4 becomes 5 over 4, which is again 1 1/4 or 1,25. Now again, it's not surprising because we learnt some time ago that sine over cos is equal to tan. Sine over cos is equal to tan. We learned that a long time ago, and we told you it's an identity, and we can see that here also that it is equal. We're just confirming some things that we did before, and that's why it's called an identity, because it'll be true for any angle. Alright, so take some time and have a look at that, and you can relax. And so this brings us to the end of the basics for trigonometry in the XOY plane and in the right angled triangle. So after this, if we have to give you an exercise or an assignment, it'll be an exercise that's mixed with all kinds of questions on right angled triangle and Cartesian plane. With that, we will come to the end of this DVD.